traders, welcome to our start of week gold signals technical analysis video. We're going to be diving straight into it here. It's going to be a short one due to us not having as much information to mark up as normal. Obviously, when it becomes the end of week TA, we have to go through what compared to what happened on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So we have a lot more information and a lot more candlesticks to go into. But obviously, as you guys know, if you've been following on from our previous technical analysis videos, we always start with this vertical blue line marked in, and this represents the last point where we left off in our last TA. So the last TA that we done was the end of week markup, and this is where we last left off. So me saying that it's going to be a short one, as you can see, we don't actually have that much information to actually go into. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and go straight into it here, and we just zoom out one more actually for you. So as you can see, we left off here after price was testing this level of 2663 multiple times as resistance. We saw price break back down, and we anticipated a test back up to that 2663 level. As you can see, we did, and then price came back down to test the level of 2640, which is what we anticipated and what we said would most likely happen in our last end of week TA video. So as you can see, overall price has been moving sideways. We're in a consolidating fashion. We are in that same block between 240 and 2663. The actual range that we are seeing is from 2640 to around 2663, and the top high is 2670. But as you can see, we're going to go ahead and mark in, as we normally do, our path. If you bear with me 1 second. Sorry, that's the wrong thing. Take our path. So it was here, price came down to here, tested back up to that 663 level, came back down to test 2640, came back up. This here is NFP. This is a non-farm payroll news event. So this information, you see that the wick has gone this high. This is irrelevant. This isn't real. Well, it is real information, but it's not as solid because it's not the normal market environment. Non-farm payroll, if you don't know, happens on the first Friday of every month. And it's a high impacting news event that will inject a lot of volatility and volume into the market. As you can see, we saw when that news event took place, we saw the move from 2660 all the way up to 2670, which is indicating a 100 pip move. But obviously, when we go on to the lower time frames, you will see that price went up and came back down relatively straight away. So yeah, as you can see, we're going to go ahead and mark this in just as we've seen it. And here we are here now. So where's price currently? So we're at that 2655 level after a test of support, a successful test of support at the level of 2640. Price has then continued bullish, and we are currently testing at around that 2655 level. So I'll go ahead and delete that. We're going to go into our minute 15 candlestick, and we're going to go ahead and seriously look at what's been going on. So we're going to go ahead and do the same things we've done last time. We're going to mark in this path. So test for 2655, sorry, test all the way down, tested 2631, price came up in non-farm payroll to 2670, dropped all the way back down to test that 2640 support, and we saw the same thing, price pushed up a little bit, and then we've just seen some consolidation here before prices then continued dropping, and then tested that 2640 level one more time. And obviously now on the build up, on the lead up to the London session taking place, we are now here at the level of 2655. As you can see, price has been bullish, and it has been bullish for quite some time now. For the last maybe 2 hours perhaps, we have seen bullish candlesticks, and bullish candlesticks only on our minute 15 time frame. So where could we expect, and what could we expect to see in the market this week? If we go ahead and go to our daily, obviously, as you know, we only have 1 day to mark up compared to what we last spoke about, but we're going to do it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and delete this because this is important. So last time we spoke about this candlestick, and I believe when we first opened, when we started our end of week TA video, the candlestick was more in this session. The body of the candlestick was more closer to 640 than it finished. And we said that if we see the same sort of thing as we've seen before, a big wick, indicating to us that the bears have had the start of the market, they've won the start of the candlestick, and then the bulls have gained momentum and gained traction and pushed price back up. As you can see, the volume of the finishing candlestick isn't much compared to the big solid candlesticks that we've seen in this bullish fashion, or sorry, this bullish trend. So as you can see, we've had this test of 2640, this major support level across all high time frames and all lower time frames. This level of 2640 is very important to us. Why? Because we have seen for the last 3 days, including today, that means the last 4 days, including today, we have seen the level of 2640 tested. The bears have pushed price down to that level, and then the bulls have gained momentum, injected volatility into the markets, increasing volume, resulting in the candlestick to push back up and finish as a small bodied candlestick. So what could we expect? With price action that we're currently seeing right now, we could in turn see. So as you can see, we've hit to this 2640 level tested. We could almost see, depending on what happens in the news events, we will most likely see, if we see the bullish momentum continue, we will most likely see on the higher time frames being daily that we are looking at right now, is a bullish move eventually hitting an all-time high of around 2700. That's our overall idea for what could potentially happen in the market. I'm going to go ahead and go back down into minute 15. Obviously, as you know, these purple boxes, these represent our key levels, our points of interest, POIs for short, as an acronym. And as you can see, the level that price has just come to test is the level of 2655, which is a major level. As you can see, multiple times, price does react inside this area. It's not exact to the top to the bottom. It is just a rough area where we want to focus our interest. And as you can see, price has come up here, tested as a resistance, and is now dropping back down. What we could potentially see, and as you can see previously, we've had that same sort of thing happen where we find the support at around 2640 and price pushes back up to test it as a resistance and then drops back down. So before this overall bullish move happens that we just spoke about on the daily time frame, as you can see, we could just see some consolidating moves before price then breaks out through this 2655 level, touches the new high. I say the new high, not all-time high, the new high previous compared to the 2655 level, and touches 2663, that major level that we've been speaking about on most of our TA videos. And then price come down, fashion a break and retest pattern, come down to test the previous resistance of 2655, test that now as a support, and then continue one bullish, testing the all-time high of 2670, the same thing, vice versa, and then eventually all the way up to 2700. So is there any levels that I can see that are worth marking up? There is one. We're going to go ahead and mark that up in a green level. As you know, we have our green levels are the lower time frame point of interest. The purple ones being the higher time frame. Normally we mark those up on hour 4, so the information is stronger. As you guys know, the higher the time frame, the stronger the information. So why have I marked this level in? As you can see, we first saw price come down to test this place as a support. If I go back through the market, we could also grab, if I go ahead and just do this, we could also grab this information from here. You know, we've had this major support before price pushed up to the last all-time high of 2673, came down, tested as a support again, support again before we pushed up near to that 2663 level. We come back down. That was the main push off for this next push up to 2663. We come back down, tested up again, pushed up to the all-time high during the NFP at 2670, came back down, tested as resistance, broke down back through, and now it's broken back. So that level there, why is it important to us? The reason why that level is important to us is because we could see, as now we know that we have had a resistance form on the level of 2655 being here, we could potentially see, hang on, I'm going to go ahead and grab another path for you here. We could potentially see price push up to this level of 2655 from the 2640 level, come back down to test this level here, and then push up. Perhaps consolidate between these levels. Maybe have some overshotting past the level down to the 2640 level again, but that's why that level is important to us, because it is now a point of interest that we can look at on the lower time frames where price could react. Obviously, if we see price break through that and break down and then past 640, that will mean and indicate to us that a bearish move is much more likely than a bullish move. However, the price action that we are currently seeing inside the market, a bullish move is definitely more probable. We're going to go ahead and go down to a time frame that we don't normally go on. We're going to go minute 5, and we're going to zoom all the way out here, and we're going to go all the way onto our line chart. Normally we look at our line chart to mark in our levels and our point of interest, but right now we're going to actually have a look at what we're going to look at the line chart just to actually get an idea of what's going on in the market without all the noise. And the reason why I say noise is all those wicks and all the other stuff that you see that aren't important. I say not important are less important. They cancel out on the line chart. We can just see where the market's moved, and that's that. So as you can see, even looking on the line chart, there is another level that I've just spotted, and we're going to go ahead and mark that in now. And as you can see, it is a common resistance here and a previous support. So as you can see, resistance, 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 and then support before the push up again, resistance, and then a support again before price pushed up. Price broke back down, pushed up before it touched the all-time high again. I say all-time high, near to the all-time high of 2666. Came back down, tested, created head and shoulders on the base of this bullish move during NFP on the Friday. Came back down, tested. We had a major resistance found here as well on the lower time frames, 2650, and then price came back up. So what does that indicate to us? We could potentially see, as you can see right there, bang, perfect. As we're marking up the TA, that's what we like to see. So if we go ahead and zoom right in for you, why has the minute 15, why has that candlestick pushed up to the level of 2655, tested as resistance, dropped back down, and why is it rejected off of this level? That's why, because it's a previous level, it's a point of interest, and it's a level in which price has acted as both a support and resistance, and is a highly reactive price to price. So we saw the minute 15 candlestick come down, test that level as a support. Obviously, this is minute 5. We saw the candlestick come down to that level of 265, testing the previous resistance now as a support on the minute 1. Obviously, we'll have bigger candlesticks, so we'll have a lot more information, a lot more candlesticks to show us really what happened. But overall, we can see on the minute 5 that price has tested as a support, and price is going to most likely continue bullish now. Just confirming again our bullish overall perspective of the market. So as you can see, price came up, and we're most likely going to look at that 2663 level now. If we see that bullish momentum gained, and we see this level broke of 2655, if we see a candlestick finish above this, we will most likely see 2663 hit. Don't forget, we are 40 minutes roughly before the London session kicks in, and obviously, as you guys know, when a session kicks in, whether it's London, New York, or Asian, we always will see some volume and volatility enter the market. So if that volume is positive in what we are speaking about, overall bullish move, we will see strong bullish continuation with candlesticks a lot bigger, meaning the volume inside the candlesticks is a lot greater. So all depends what we could see. We could see price continue to test at this level of support, like we just said. We could see price to drop even further, perhaps even further to 640 before price continues up. However, our overall perspective for this market this week, our most probable move from the price action that we are currently seeing as of now is a bullish move. We could in turn see, we might not see the bullish move to the all-time high and the break of the previous all-time at around 2680 to carry on to 2700. We could just see the level of 2670 tested this week, and then price break back down and test around here, touch one more time, break and retest pattern before price continues back up. So that's overall what we are expecting. Bullish move for this week. Obviously, anything can change. News events and everything else that's happening in the world can take an effect on the market. As you know, gold is very volatile compared to normal currency pairs. There's a lot more volume, there's a lot more influence in this market. But yeah, our overall perspective and the most probable move that we are currently seeing from the price action we are evaluating as of now is a bullish move. So that has been our start of week technical analysis video. Obviously, look out for our normal text technical analysis video, just normal technical analysis that will be sent in on the Wednesday, and then obviously we'll have our end of week sort of market recap on the Friday. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the like button. Also hit subscribe if you want to stay updated, and hit the bell notifications on so you know every time that we post a video. If you want our schedule, we post a technical analysis video into our YouTube Mondays and Fridays, the Monday being the start of week, the Friday being the end of week. So yeah, that's been our start of week TA for you guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Remember, if you have any questions or you want any more information regarding this technical analysis video, don't hesitate to message our bot at GSIO admin bot, and we'll answer as many questions or any questions that you have. Yeah, that's been Gold Signals. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and peace.